And I ain't got no time for the jealousy. It ain't my fault that your girl stays sweating me. Some good wine, pre-rolls, and some sex with me. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. Some good wine, pre-rolls, and some sex with me. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. I blow the lab up when it's time to spit a blow. And blow a bag up, nigga, I be getting dope. Keep the mag with some rounds, I ain't got a shot. Shorty like my style and she bout to lose control. Saw me in that band, so you know I play to win. In that Gucci looking crispy like potato skins. I be a jet setter, pimpin' every state I'm in. I'm here for just a few days, wanna make a friend. That's how I bait them in. Girl, get your rocks off. Couple sip of that Moscato, then your top's off. Now let's see if you gon' swallow when it pops off. May knock your block off, then wipe the slop off. And I ain't got no time for the jealousy. It ain't my fault that your girl stays sweating me. Some good wine, pre-rolls, and some sex with me. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. Some good wine, pre-rolls, and some sex with me. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. Yeah, she into me, that's why she on bended knee. And she bad as hell, half black and Filipino. I give her what she need, I don't have to sell a dream. Then throw it back, full pause, let me kill that thing. It's like a guillotine, how I got her hell on lock. Play like 50 Shades of Grey until you tell me stop. She okay with getting spanked and using other props. Then let me see you get on top and give me what you got. Ashtrays and empty bottles in my living room. Almost overslept, you bout to miss your interview. Ain't gon' lie about it, baby girl, I'm into you. Then let me get back to the money I'm attending to. And I ain't got no time for the jealousy. It ain't my fault that your girl stays sweating me. Some good wine, pre-rolls, and some sex with me. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. Some good wine, pre-rolls, and some sex with me. That be the recipe, yeah, that be the recipe. What's up, everybody? You're now rocking with the best of the best. Man, we got a great show for you tonight. Real great show for you. Maybe a quick one because we ain't got a whole lot to talk about, but stuff we do get to talk about is effing amazing. Let's just go ahead and just jump right into it. Let's just go ahead and jump with the panel. I hope I did it right. I did it right this time. Thank God. I didn't do it all crazy and shit. What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing tonight?
Living the dream.
Awesome. We're going to start off with this. Damn it, did it the wrong way. This guy right here, my real life brother, second brother. And man, I'm seeing more improvement down there every week, bro. What's going on with you? How you doing?
Everything's going to officially start on Monday.
Nice.
Yeah, so just still, you wouldn't believe after all this, I'm still packing up figures. Still.
I believe it. Everybody else may not, but I believe it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Still packing it up. You know, everything being so chaotic down here, I had to straighten up everything to at least have a room to do this.
Yep.
Because going through the rest of the house, I'm like, you know what? Y'all people drive me crazy. I'm going back down to where I'm at. Even if it turns into Master Splinter's chamber down here, that's all well and cool. That's all well and cool. So Thanks for having me. Everything's going fine. The whole thing, like I tell you guys, this is a whole process when you're dealing with insurance and you have things like this happen. So,
Absolutely.
The last hurdle of it, came through today, got that resolved.
Okay.
Contractors on tap. They ready to get rolling on Monday, and hopefully I have this place back up before 4th of July, hopefully.
Damn, that's amazing before 4th of July. That's amazing. That's amazing. I look forward to that.
My guys work quick. They work quick.
They don't play. Oh no, they don't play. No, they don't play. I've seen
so
them.
You will be fully armed and operational by July 4th.
I would say I'm always fully armed. I gotta make sure I put that out there, Neith. I'm always fully armed. I said operational is 80% operation because now I got to play with the delivery of the furniture.
Yeah,
I play with delivery of the furniture. So they gave one date. I kind of extended it out a little bit to see, like, okay, I don't know if basically how slow insurance moves, but they've been pretty much good to me and move quick. And so now I got to go back and say, hey, can you kind of speed this date up a little bit? If not, everything be fully done except couches and a recliner. So I'll be in this chair, which I'm already in when I stream with you guys anyway.
Absolutely. Well, that's great, bro. I mean, I've seen the worst of it. So, seeing it come back together is amazing. So I'm definitely happy for you, bro. And I mean, the situation sucked, but it does give you opportunity to clear out everything and rebuild, and sometimes that's good. It's a cleansing process. You know what I'm saying? So definitely.
And one of my prime pieces of equipment that had to be replaced is what you're looking at right now. I'm looking at my brand new teleprompter. So I don't have to keep doing this with you guys.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you showed me that teleprompter. That looked dope.
Yeah,
I've been meaning to get one. So that's definitely, I can't wait.
Oh man, definitely a light. It's definitely a lifesaver, especially.
Let us know where that comes from, because that's gonna be awesome. Because I'm always looking everywhere but at the camera.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Elgato just developed one, and I saw a quick review on it, and I'm like, let me just take a stab and grab it because that's one of the things that got damaged down here. So I was like, let me just go ahead and jump on that instead of the one was like putting Frankenstein monster together. Down here. So this Elgato one, you just plug it up. Everything's got the camera hub. Everything. You ain't got to go do no program. It's just plug and play.
There you go.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Speaking of Frankenstein, did you see that trailer for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein that's coming out later this year?
Yeah. It reminds me of Kenneth Branagh's Frankenstein, but not with Robert De Niro or Kenneth Branagh.
Oh wow, I gotta check that out. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, it looks pretty good. I was just kind of downplaying it a little bit because
it's got Oscar Isaacs, and I'm on board.
Oh no, I'm on board. It's on Netflix. I mean, why wouldn't I be on board? It's free because I have Netflix. So,
oh shit, shit, I ain't gotta go to the theater. There you go. Shoot,
it's a Netflix original movie.
Definitely. Want to go to you next, Maz? What you got? Maz, what you got going on, brother?
Dude, man,
hold on. I love that shirt, by the way. That shirt is
awesome. I pulled this out because I wanted to show off my new guns. I've been working on my new guns. Just doing.
Hey man, that's from Vampire the Masquerade, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I got a few of these.
That is dope.
This is old school Tim Bradstreet artwork, man. Old school. But what I've been working on, as Dockinator will probably tell you, because I've been posting the hell out of some Predator shots, is I'm doing a 12 days of Predator thing right now.
Nice.
Because Predator Day is June 12th. So I was like, well, let's just start at the 1st. And I'm doing shots of Predators every day of the week. And I'm working on, I got to do 2 today because tomorrow I work a late shift. I was going to show you what I was working on.
Oh, my bad.
So this is the one I'm working on right now.
Oh, dope. Oh, shit.
Okay.
So it's Makiko and, Scar, but I have a custom Scar with the unblooded helmet. So,
nice.
The one he doesn't scratch up with the alien blood. So I thought I'd put the pair of them together, do a shot. I did another Scar shot earlier, so I figured just keep him out. And
I've been looking at your work all week, and I'm like, damn, you make the motherfuckers look so damn good. I was like, damn,
man, Predators is where it's at, man. I'm telling you, it's that's where it's at. And then Alien, oh my god, the Alien Earth trailer. Oh my god.
I know, right?
Did y'all
I'm like,
see
oh,
that?
this actually looks good. Son of a-
I saw, man, but I saw Ridley Scott, man. I almost jumped through the roof. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
going
done
to
with
be.
Ridley Scott, man.
Really? You're done with Ridley Scott? What?
He's retired from the Alien franchise. He's just on there as a producer. He's not doing any more Alien stuff. He's already come out and said he's done with it.
Oh wow.
But you know, I got sick of him because of the whole David Walter thing, which I'm fine with the synthetics, but I was like, this is bridging a gap I didn't need. I want aliens in my Alien movie, not a Walter David weird bromance thing. I don't know. I like the movies as their own thing, but I don't like them.
You didn't appreciate Michael Fassbender making out with Michael Fassbender?
I mean, Ridley
Was I
Scott
the only
really
one
burned
who
me.
appreciated that?
Ridley Scott really burned me when he said
Pretty hot.
he's no longer going to make the original Blade Runner available. It's just the final cut, and I hate the.
Oh,
final
I hate
cut.
when people. I
Give
hate when they
me
do that.
the theatrical cut all day. That
Yeah.
narration might be dumb. It might be, just reiterating things we can just clearly follow in the movie. But I like that noir feel, and he gets rid of it. And then he says Deckard is a replicant. He basically says here, and I like the ambiguity of not knowing. I don't need that fed to me.
Yeah.
So,
Have you heard that they threw the possibility of 2001 as a part of that universe?
I wouldn't doubt it. Just like another part of that universe is the movie Soldier.
Yeah. I heard
It
that.
was a great
Hey,
underrated movie. It's not like groundbreaking, but it's a great underrated movie, man.
That's the one with Kurt Russell,
Yeah,
right?
Kurt Russell.
Yep.
You got Gary Busey, Kurt Russell, Oscar Isaac, Chris Isaacs. No, not Chris. The guy, Jason Isaacs.
Jason. Yeah. The last time I saw that was 90. Ooh.
You should fix that, man. I own it.
I know. I need to watch it again. I need to watch. Yeah, it's been some years since I've seen it, but yeah,
That's good,
that was a good movie. I think I've seen it in the movie. I think we did go to the movies and see that.
That's a great movie, but it's based in that universe of Blade Runner. So if you look at the planets they went and fought on, there's a lot of crisscrossing.
That's called self-love. Michael Fassbender thing. Shout out to. We want to give some shouts before we go to Press X. Want to give a shout out to Ren's Talentino, most talented man in the world, working on yet again another masterpiece. This time, paint with his pinky toe. He put a little bit more effort today. He used the pinky toe in, and he's still coming up with some gems. Definitely. There's one right there in his.
I want to give Renz a shout out too. He was sharing a couple of my shots on his thing. So
absolutely
thanks, appreciate it.
Absolutely. Renz is the man. That's my guy.
He's cool.
Right there. That's my brother right
I wish I could paint with my pinky toe.
there. Don't we all? Shit.
Just my pinky toe, not the rest of the toes. I don't need anything. Just the pinky toe does all the work.
We got Dockinator right here. What's up with you? He said, Artisan Wolverine looks like a member of Judas Priest. I need it. It really does. It really does. We're definitely going to be talking about that. We got Second Brother in here doing double duty. He says, what's up, family? In voice of Captain fucking Spaulding. Tutti fucking Fruity. Absolutely.
I really wish I got a chance to meet him before he passed, man. I tried. I was hoping to get my Funko Pop signed by him, and he didn't show up that year.
I got an action figure that he signed. Was a NECA action figure.
Oh yeah. The
signed the back of it.
Yeah.
He signed the back of it.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
signed the back of it. It says "fuck off" on the back of the figure.
That's dope. That's perfect. We also got Ben Thomas here. What up with you from the Ben Thomas Show? Ben, we gotta get on each other. I'm gonna do it. If you're on this weekend, I'm gonna pop in this. I'm gonna pop on this weekend for sure, bro. We definitely gotta make that happen, bro. We definitely gotta do this. We also got Charlie the Unicorn. He said Charlie the Unicorn in here. He says it's Timmy time. It just may be. It may be if a certain Wolverine comes out tomorrow, it just may be a Timmy time. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just maybe
Comes out or they announce. You mean?
Well, if it comes out, if the
Okay, you're talking about
blue,
that one.
if the blue and if the blue and yellow comes out, which I thought that's what we were gonna get last night, but we got a whole nother Wolverine. Anyway, want to bring it to press X to continue. What's up, my brother? How are you doing tonight?
The name is Continue. Press X to continue.
And he pulled it.
I
This
still
brother
need to
smooth as shit.
It is hot as balls here. It is hot. It is. Why is it so hot? Speaking of, y'all see that new Wolverine? Hair here, hair there, hair everywhere.
Yes.
That Wolverine's got a lot going on, and I have some thoughts. But yes, the hair is looking great. And no, thanks. I was coming to these thinking, all right, it's going to be a nice, quiet evening with a couple of gentlemen, talking figures, and then I come in and Docinator's like, nope, slap. It's like, all right, yep. I'm wide awake.
That's how we do it. That's how we do
gosh.
it. Because
But,
I'll tell
yeah.
y'all, I'm tired as hell. I almost did not do a show. I was like, but you know what? We're almost at 150 episodes. So I promised myself we were gonna hammer it all the way through to 150. So no breaks. We're going in. Now after 150 episode, I am taking a damn break. I need one, damn it. I got
That's cute that you said you're
too many
tired.
projects.
That's really
The
cute. man.
job is getting done.
Job is getting done.
I've been up since 1:30 this morning, man, because my boss hit me up. I work at Target, shit job,
Yeah.
but I work at Target. And my boss, whom I informed all of last week, I told her, I said, the Switch is coming out Thursday. You don't have anybody scheduled for Thursday morning.
Oh shit.
And
you're
she's
right.
like, oh, we got it. So yesterday, I have a flat tire, but there's a discount tire right next to my gym. So, one of my gyms, because I can go to any of them.
Yeah.
So I drop the car off, go to the gym, and while I'm at the gym, hey, can you come in at 7:30 in the morning
Oh hell no.
on Thursday? I was supposed to come in at 10. And I was like, if I could have put sarcasm without like flagging myself with my boss, I just said sure. But I meant sure. But anyway, so long story short, too late. I say sure. I need to go to the gym the next day because that's upper body day. I don't skip that. I'll skip a leg day. I ain't skipping the guns, man. The guns need love, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm up at 1:30 in the damn morning
Okay.
because I try to go to bed early. I go to bed at like 7 and I wake up at 1:30. So I go to the gym and I stay up and then I go to work and she's not even freaking there.
Oh shit.
She like called out or something. I don't know. She just wasn't there.
When the manager calls, and I had one of my employees to do this with me, just turn around and just say, hey, I can't come to work because I'm knee deep in cheeks.
Well, I don't like to hold my tongue with a lot of the managers because I can't tolerate stupid, and this is a retail job, so they're all
right.
dead end mofos. I'm there of choice, but they're all there like I'm trying to be a store director, whatever, and but they have the stupidest things, so it's hard to keep my tongue. Like just there's one guy, man, he jumped down my crap for giving a non-committal response because I wasn't sure I was going to get to it. This is a couple years ago now. I said I'll try, and he got on my shit on the walkie while I was dealing with a customer, and I put down the walkie. I went in there and just let him have it in front of the HR, in front of my boss, him.
Oh, wow.
I was like, you don't
Jesus.
talk to me like that. I'm a grown.
What did he say? Did he say do or do not? There is no try.
Oh, he's like, I don't recall exactly what he said, but I know the customer I was helping was like, are you gonna let him talk to you like that? I was like, no.
Wow.
Because he was doing it on the walkie, man. I was like,
Yeah,
"Are you
that's
kidding me, man."
Yeah, nah. We
And
ain't gonna tolerate
the
that.
funny thing is this is the same guy that when I have a problem, because he is a manager, when I have a problem and my direct reports aren't there, I ask him and he's like, oh, you're not my dude. So he's like, go find your people. And I'm like,
Terrible.
and then he gets the goal to jump on the walkie and give me shit. Anyway, tangent. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Terrible. It's all good, man. But yeah, you can't nobody just talking to you. Like sometimes you gotta.
Well, we
Hey,
sold our.
sometimes you gotta pop out and show them.
Moz, if they were here now, what would you say to them?
Oh shit!
Get the hell out of here. I don't
Who
want to see
invited
you.
What would you?
I don't want to smell you. I don't want to know you outside my work. And even then,
we
I
have.
had one try that and try to do it in front of a bunch of people inside of an elevator. And I just said, we got an audience in the elevator. Wait till these doors open. So guess who's the first fucker out the elevator? Wait till these doors open.
yeah.
I'm gonna need a whole lot of room of what I'm gonna do.
I mean, that guy's obviously got like little penis syndrome because he's always in everybody else's business, like trying to boss people around, and I don't deal with it. He doesn't talk to me anymore.
I bet
he doesn't. He didn't say where, and I didn't get written up or nothing, man. I let him have it, and I was like, "You don't talk to me like that."
Like I said, sometimes you just gotta pop out and show them.
Yeah.
We got 6 Scale Cantina in the building. Aries, my friend, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well, my brother. Good to hear from you, definitely. He says, all right, Space Pimp, you have my permission. Play the Call Him the Wizard clip. I know you got it because you nailed this Artisan Wolverine, baby. Kudos to my dude. Dude, we got to do it. Here we go.
They call him the Wizard.
Sorry, just because. Just because. Man, thank you, Aries. Good to have you here, Aries. Hope you're feeling better, brother. Absolutely.
Dude, that could be a hell of a clip. That could be a hell of a clip of an in between scene and porn right there.
It really could.
It could be.
And it would be the one for Zach and Miri make a porno too. Star Wars.
Oh my God, right.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I guess I'm getting old and mind getting more dirty or whatever. Because every time I see that scene, even when I saw that, I'm like, damn.
Because he was
enjoying himself.
He was
really enjoying the
real.
Like,
I got bit on the set. I'm like, man, get your hands out the road. What you doing?
We already going off the rails. Oh my God. Rance Talentino says
There's
you need
rails?
all tolls for multiple projects. That's what they say. Coming to the stage. Also, we have this wonderful young man here, pillar in the community, the hardest working man on YouTube. Y'all know him as Leo Rockwell in the building. What's up with you, brother? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man? What's going down with you?
Going good, brother. Going good, man. Hope I ain't give you the message too late today about being on the show because I was gonna cancel. I was like, bro, I can't do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
Nah, it was cool, bro. I kind of figured you would. Yeah. I kind of figured you would do it today, especially after the announcement. So.
Yeah, bro, that was this. We gotta talk about this, bro. We definitely gotta go in, and I'm gonna start with you, Layout, on this right here. We just gonna jump right in on the top with this because this piece right here is amazing. It just, I mean, the funny thing about it is I'm seeing some people in the community kind of like looking at some of the comments on my video. Some people were kind of poo-pooing on it. They like, man, this looks ridiculous. I'm not feeling it. And then I had to ask some people, do you know where this is from? Are you familiar with the comic books? Maybe Layout, maybe you need to enlighten them because this is the shit right here. You know what I'm saying? So definitely.
I mean, it's only for those who are basically, familiar with the Scott Liddell run of Age of Apocalypse from 95. That will probably know it or be more familiar with it. Character was created or really drawn by Gabriel I think it was Del Ofro or Del Oro or something. Del Otto. So basically Gabriel was the person who, kind of gave the inspiration, the idea. And the crazy part about it is, fun fact, is that Gabriel was also tasked with DC at that time
Mm,
to give a new iteration. So this is where you see kind of where it's kind of tied in together.
right.
Gabriel in the very beginning was also tasked to give a new iteration of Lobo for DC. So they were actually going to do or reinvigorate the run. This was one of the concept pieces that he used for it originally, but with the hand, of course. But then once that was scrapped, he just brought that iteration over to Marvel. And, of course, with Scott Liddell and everyone else who, wanted to bring this, to fruition. It was a dope run. I mean, of course, like around that time, Marvel was, in the midst of, they were actually on a high. They were basically on a high. I'd say from like, I would say 88, even 87 up until like, all the way up until like 97. I tell you the truth, X-Men was on the rise. Like they were killing it.
Yes, they
Like
were.
just with the different runs. This right here was just an incredible run. Age of Apocalypse. This was probably one of the most celebrated iterations of Wolverine or Weapon X. That is, which of course they're going to say Wolverine, but it was Weapon X in the books itself.
Yep.
James Howlett. But probably one of the most celebrated iterations. And get it in live action, I thought they did well. I think one of the things with this piece, and it's incredible, don't get me wrong, I like it. I think where they could have made it a bit better is the hair. And the reason why I say the hair is because and there's only so much you can actually do in live action. We get it. You know what I mean? We know it.
No.
But, and it's up for interpretation once a person gets it. Look, if you got the right tools, if you got the right treatment, you can pull off the hair the way you want it. So
Yeah.
I'm just glad they're doing it this way. And on top of that, they're giving us, an artisan wool blend beard. That's the first time they've actually done it,
Yep.
with an artisan line. So I think that's incredible as well. Of course, we know, and for whoever doesn't know, the reason why he basically wears that, full mace gauntlet on his hand is because it's in commemoration between a war between him and Cyclops. Cyclops blew his hand off in turn. He, sliced off one of Cyclops' eyes. So having his hand grow back, he replaced it with this. You know what I mean? So it's just a reminder at that point. It was a more feral version, a more unforgiving version of Wolverine. But again, they took the characters of Age of Apocalypse and flipped them upside down, which was incredible. And I loved it. I loved that run. I mean, because that's what we got, such characters as X-Men, Nathan, Dayspring at that time. So we got a couple of them that were adapted into like, our universe. But I love this run, bro. And to see this, I wish they would have explored it more in Wolverine, but of course they couldn't. It would be the perfect opportunity for them to visit this universe, even in Secret Wars or even in Doomsday. But we know they wouldn't, and it doesn't make, I guess for them, it doesn't make sense. But it is a highly celebrated character, I think, for what they've done with it so far, even with the, I'm sorry, with the medical grade silicone, looks real good. And they can cheat. It's a cheat code for them. And they can do every figure pretty much like this, man, instead of adding joints. I think it is definitely possible. It looks good. I know people wanted that John Byrne Brown suit. I think that's going to come eventually.
Absolutely.
Again, bro, like it's a lot of people were upset about the simple fact that it's a exclusive. I kind of figured that they would do it because it was a one-off figure. It was only a character we saw all of maybe 30 seconds, not less than 30 seconds on screen. All up. It was probably like maybe 10, 15 seconds that you actually got a chance to see the character itself. So they're not going to give it as much love. It's going to be a limited run. So I expected them to do it. I wish they would have made it more of a wide release, but I get it. They just didn't. But in the meantime, man, I think this is definitely incredible. And, if anybody gets a chance to get it, I'm going to try to get it. But if I can't, it just doesn't work out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not going to cry up spilled milk. But I'm glad that they're actually doing it. I hope they give us more, man. I hope they give us that brown suit. I can do it without the comic accurate version, honestly, because if you're going to do a comic accurate short version, just don't give me a Hugh Jackman version. Give me something completely different or somebody different, because it's just not going to look right for me.
Exactly.
But other than that, man, I think it's an incredible piece, and good luck to everybody.
Yeah, man. Well said. I mean, yeah, and that was the thing that kind of pissed me off too. Like 2,500. I'm gonna throw it to you, big bro. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. I'm gonna throw it to you, big bro. 2,500 of them things. I'm kind of pissed off. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Well, first thing this morning. Your thoughts on that? Because I think it's highly unfair.
Well, it could be worse. It could be 1,500. It could be worse. So, you know, we bounced around on, I think it was on Air Show, we talked about this of things they're going to do to impress us. If we were brainstorming what could be possibly Artisans. And when they came out with this, I was shocked as hell this morning when I saw it.
No.
And I'm like, okay. But then yet and still, they know they got to come with something to keep things fresh, to keep us hooked. Because I know I'm going through my last run of orders that I'm paying for. I mean, literally my last run. After this, I'm only be 3 left on pre-order. That's going through its paces. But when I saw this, I'm like, damn, if they keep doing shit like this, I mean, this is I look at this as a good opportunity for them to do what they did with the Artisan line by doing something new by giving the beer. That's something that's very new for them. So, but for the numbers, it's still the numbers is the numbers is what they say. Not until we get an official stamp.
Yeah. So you think there's more out there? Think they just playing games?
And let me tell you, when you start going to secondary market, you start seeing shit flying around like that, and you start looking at numbers, and you start looking at certain retailers getting their hands on them, and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm not too sure about these numbers.
Yeah.
Not sure about the numbers. It's just like with cars. A guy turned and said the car got 200 horsepower. To get past the EPA, the damn thing got 300. And they're like, until it's an official stamp with something officially stamped on there, means that now you have a legal thing that's behind it. Numbers are just, what they are. It's numbers to build up the hype.
Yeah.
That's what I think of it as.
So you think it's just hype? No, it could be. It could be because
it's hype that's working. It's hype that's working because I know Max is going to be in the queue tomorrow to get it. So
So this is dropping tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did not know that. I'm glad I had the show.
Make sure you RSVP
I would have been sleeping. I kind of figured, but yeah, it's good. I like to keep these shows informal. So tomorrow, be in that queue. Be in that queue tomorrow. I'm gonna jump around a little bit and go to you, Maz. Your thoughts on this piece? Is this something that you're thinking of?
Well, before I lay into what I think, make sure if you guys want this, you RSVP it first, because Sideshow may not get you into the site to buy it if you don't. They do funny things if you don't RSVP.
Sideshow's doing some funny thing with IP addresses lately.
Yeah. As for me, I'm tired of this pony show, man. I mean, would I like the figure? Sure. Am I going to play games to get it? No. I don't need it that bad.
Yeah.
I don't need the headache. I don't need to sit there and go, oh man, because I'll tell you what happened. It's probably my own personal whatever, but like if I try to get it and don't get it, that kind of creates more of a FOMO for me. So then I go track it down somewhere else, and I don't even want to do that. So, I don't need it. I don't need it. I think it's an interesting piece. If they were going to put out a Wolverine, I'm with Lael. I want the brown suit, and really though, I don't need it because I got the Hono brown suit, and that's maybe I'll buy the other Hono and get the Jim Lee head, and I'll be fine. I don't need Hugh Jackman on everything. I don't need it.
I hear you.
I don't need Pedro Pascal on everything. I don't need it. I don't need it.
You want just the characters themselves.
I want the
You don't need the actors.
I don't need the actors because those changed, but the characters remain forever. So, that's part of the problem with everybody buying these Marvel figures now, the movie ones or whatever. They got to get the next best costume, or whatever. Whereas if I buy the comic book representation, I don't necessarily have to track down a gazillion iterations of it.
Yes.
I get one, and if they maybe update the body or something where it can pose better or something else, then I might look at a different one. But I got the look I want. I don't need to see Hugh Jackman in it. I don't. I got the movie one coming from Deadpool and Wolverine. He'll be the only Hugh Jackman Wolverine I own.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine with that. I don't.
That
need
makes sense. That's whole.
I mean,
Yeah.
John Byrne, Brown, and Gold from the movie is possible, but I'm not playing games to get it. I don't need it. I don't need it that bad.
No,
I'm not playing no Q crap. I mean, they want to keep doing the Q crap, then they can just keep not getting my dollar because I'm done with it.
And you know what, Maj, you bring up a good point because you're seeing a lot of people. I'm hearing it even more in the community. They're getting kind of tired of this artisan shit. They are. And that was one of the main questions of the night. Like, is the artisan line? And we've said this a couple of weeks, but is it really wearing thin on people right now? People are tired of getting in the queue. I think the last thing, I mean, I said it, I jokingly said it. We had a good week with Jesus when we got that Obi-Wan. A lot of people that wanted it seemed to get it. And if you missed out on it, a lot of people felt that this queue and how they had it set up was way more, it was way more secure and it was more fair. It felt more fair this time around than it was with like any of the Anakins or anything like that. But a lot of people are getting kind of tired of, you know, seeing pieces like this and having to get in the queue, and it's just becoming kind of ugly. And I want to throw that to you, Press X. Do you think the artisan line is wearing thin right now? Because the artisan line, for all the good that it does have with it, it does have a lot of scrutiny. And one of the biggest pieces of scrutiny is, why is the artisan line also a DX line that really isn't a DX line? And I think that's also kind of pissing people off. So just want to get your thoughts on that. And also your initial thoughts of the figure as well.
Well, regarding the artisan line, I mean, hair today, gone tomorrow. This particular figure, what's the suit made out of? Do we know?
Probably pleather, but
probably pleather.
So it's a pleather suit with a good beard and some good hair.
Oh.
And the price point is going to be up there. The price point is going to be up there. And you've got about 24 hours to figure out whether or not this is something you want to go through the trouble of trying to get.
No.
And then hopefully you set an alarm and you don't have a job or obligations that require you to be at a certain place at a certain time that's not your phone or your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And then you still may not get it.
Right. Yep. After all that
compare that to compare that to, and I hate to say it, but compare it to InArt or compare it to Jazz Inc., where if you want it, here it is. Either there's a window or there are multiple retailers you can get it through, and it's going to be available for as long as it's available. I think that the artisan line itself, there was excitement at the start, but I think the longer this goes, it's going to begin to wear out its welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we've already started to see that with, some releases where you will see it being, announced, and we get really excited until you reach that line that says exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And then you immediately go searching for, okay, how many, are you going to make?
Yeah.
And then you see the number, and it's a brief moment of hope as like, okay, especially if it's a figure that you really, really, really want.
Yeah.
Now, of course, none of this, as I've said, none of this is necessary. But for someone who's a Wolverine collector, for someone who's purchased, let's say, everything from Deadpool and Wolverine, and they want to purchase everything from Deadpool and Wolverine, they plan on being a completionist. Everything they saw, it was gold. It was solid gold. You saw Hugh Jackman wearing the suits that we never thought we'd ever get to see him wear the mask, and now we're seeing it in figure form.
Yep.
And if you're a fan of Hugh Jackman or you just have the nostalgia, then yeah, you may really, really want this on your shelf, whether it's from the source material or whether it's from, the film itself, Deadpool and Wolverine. You probably got pretty excited for this figure until you saw that it was an exclusive.
Yeah.
And then the excitement kind of got sucked out and it was replaced by anxiety.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to wear on people. I really, really do, especially if I don't know if this is something that sets you apart from your competitors in a good way. Yes, you have the IPs. You have those IPs that they don't have. But if you didn't, could you get away with something like this?
Yeah. That is, I mean, ooh, bars.
Somebody made in fact, that guy Mark, he says, the chase has always been a part of collecting grails. I like that. Some pieces are limited, so collections can start to look different from one collector to another. My collection doesn't look like anybody else's. I mean, well, I'm sure somebody out there's got something similar to me, but I got Predators, tons of Predators. I got this Ecto one. I got Arnold and some other 80s sci-fi up there, and I don't care if it looks like anybody else's. But if you want to put it that way, I mean, go buy a different brand. Like I'm happy to. I don't have any other Harry Potter figures, but I ordered the hell out of that Snape.
Nice,
because he looks badass. And you know what? Not everybody's going to have him. He's going to be a very limited piece. You know why? Because once they close those pre-orders, you're going to have to buy it secondary market. Period.
But who's to say that they would not change their model and reproduce it anyway?
That's the thing. And
why should I care?
Know.
I got mine.
Yeah.
I mean, why does it have to be a measuring contest for everybody? Why does it have to go, I got this, you don't? Why can't we just all enjoy the collection of the characters and the?
I know for me, my lure to Hot Toys is where you got those things that had a particular you had a particular window, and the pieces were unique.
Yeah.
It started souring for me when I started seeing 2.0s. And then I'm relatively new to this game. Lil Bro introduced me to it.
No.
So as I mature into this game, I can see where certain figures are lacking the quality because of technology, and then they need an update. Yes. Okay, it's a justification for that.
Absolutely.
But it also gives a time where you do that too much.
Yes.
Hot Toys needs to give you a sculpted version of the same figure dropping at the same time, so you have an option. If you don't want to chase the other one, you can get the other one. And that way nobody is left out and they can get the figure. And you guys have got your Artisan, wanted that exclusivity, you have it. But I mean, seriously though, I mean, you really have to evaluate your own beliefs when you sit there and think that anybody that you have come over who doesn't collect Hot Toys is going to go, oh my God, that one's like really exclusive. I mean, look at your EP now. I mean, it's just, I was into that when I was doing Funko Pops, and that's why I got out of it. I was like, I'm buying it for the wrong reason. I'm surrounded by a bunch of plastic garbage.
Yeah.
And,
well, I could turn around and tell you about the uniqueness of what we're in right now. Because if I didn't have these figures in here, and then if Juster came in here, until I showed her how much one of them is worth on eBay to replace, that's why I didn't probably get a hard time. I went through a hard time getting all my items replaced. Because, for this type of thing, it is niche, but I turn around and get with its the whole conversation of, certain things are exclusive, certain things are not, unless it's truly an exclusive thing. Right. And then you have your choice either to buy it or not, because that's a part of collecting. Sometimes they have like with comics, you had a certain run of comics. If you don't get that first run, they do a reprint, and then you try and chase them break. I mean, that's a part of the game.
The problem, the biggest, I think the community has to decide really what it wants.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Very true.
That's the biggest problem, bro.
Yes.
Because
what
was it, 2 years ago, even before they basically mentioned the Artisan line, we were arguing because things weren't exclusive enough.
That's right. Yep.
So then when Howard puts out things and he's saying, okay, we're going to make this exclusive, now we're saying there's too many exclusives.
Right. Yeah.
So we have to decide on what we want. The problem is that the community is never satisfied, bro.
That's just what it is.
That's just the way it is. They're never satisfied.
Yep.
There's exclusives, there's non-exclusives. You have to basically decide what lane in that you want to be in at that point. Right. Because if you don't think he's listening, he's listening. Mm-hmm. When you're putting this stuff out there on the page, it was plenty of people going under certain options when they were giving us those Iron Man 2.0s. They were giving us these figures, these 2.0 options. People were always under those posts saying, oh man, why now I gotta get rid of the one that I have. Why can't you just make something exclusive and not do another run? Mm-hmm. Well, this is exactly what he's doing. He's giving you exclusive pieces saying, okay, here, limit it. If you can get it, you can get it. Now you can call that exclusive. we have to really decide what we want, because the thing is, I've been saying is a collection that is exclusive is going to be exclusive to you. How you basically do it. The Grail piece that I have in my collection, somebody else may have that, but I call it a Grail based on my own story, my own interpretation, what I have in my collection. Everything that I have in here, people don't have their figures posed the way I do. People don't have their things, sectioned off, or they don't have a story in each individual space like I do. Everybody's collection is going to be different. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when we cry about the exclusivities, bro, these are the results. That's why I'm like, you're not going to hear me moaning about it anymore. It is what it is. This is what he's doing. And you just either get it or you don't. If you don't really feel that you like the exclusive line, or you don't feel like chasing, you don't necessarily have to. You can just move on to the next. But I think that the community has to really decide what it is that they want, because we're so indecisive and divided, bro. Howard's probably like, well, what the fuck do y'all really want?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want? What do you want me to basically do? You know what I mean? Like, do you want us to make things exclusive? Do you not want exclusives? I don't know. It's we and I get it. I get it. Like, there are certain figures out there, bro, that we want. There are certain things out there that we, think should be. And for me, sometimes I'm looking at the companies that you might be leaving a lot of money on the table, because I'm pretty sure people would get it. But at the same time, I do understand, especially with history, historical facts, when people were asking for figures. Hey, I remember like it was a boatload of motherfuckers asking for that Lando Calrissian, and look what happened.
That's true.
Yep.
That was the problem, bro. You were asking for these figures, and then when you get it, nobody buys it, and it sits for a long period of time.
We know why that is also. So
yeah, we do. But I mean, there were other figures as well that people were asking for
that just sat
for a long period of time, and nobody picked it up. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what these because again, a lot of what we don't understand is even making the figures. Look, the cost of designing a suit, the cost of making like this, silicone, medical silicone, like the accessories, the root, all this shit costs. IP, trying to get the license for the likeness, all that shit costs. And if you're a company paying for that shit, and people aren't buying it, that's like a slap in your face, especially when you're looking at people like you're trying to gauge the market. And even when that's Russian roulette with any type of company, you're gauging to see what the market's going to jump to. And if they don't jump to it, bro, you're like, okay, shit out of luck. What is my next approach? I got to save myself some money. And I know they're hurting right now. So with this, it's, it is what it is, bro.
Well, the thing is, we got to look at it like this. Remember, we were all there. Just about everybody that was here on this panel, or we were, just starting our channels, or, being in the chats, whatever. We were here in 2021, 2022, the pandemic years. We saw what happened with Hot Toys. We saw how they went hog wild with the Avengers line, and they still have some of that Avengers shit in Sideshow. We saw what they did with the Mando line, and we see how the Mando line right now is practically, I hate to say it, outside of, your personal connection with it, financially is worthless. Yeah. We know, we've seen this because it's so abundant. They made it in abundance. And the shit just sat there. Hold on. And everybody's stuff was just, and everybody's collection did look the same. But the biggest thing is, I think what it is, Hot Toys is also, it's also about making money. That's what it comes down to. They want to make money. They know that they're selling exclusivity. They know that they're selling hype. They've seen this with the sneaker community. They have the data. And no matter how much we all complain about it, a lot of us are still going to be in that queue tomorrow fighting for this. You know what I'm saying? And that's good promotion and good marketing on them. My only thing is, and this is where I agree with Maz, I do think some of these, like your art, like your artists and Anakins and shit like that, should have a sculpted version to go with it. That's how you
That's all I'm saying,
how you feed both of them. Everybody wins with that. And I think that they could do that.
Your Artisans, you're exclusive for your people that need an exclusive, or just one artist, whatever. But and then your sculpted is for everybody else who just wants the character, who loves the character. That's all I'm saying.
There you go. And I think that's the way to go. Now, for something like this, I think they're going about it the right way. I just wish they had more. I think they could have get 3,500, and I think that would have been. I think that would have been good enough. I think because Wolverine is, and even this version of Wolverine is a light.
But this is a way. But this is a way for them is a business choice also for them to try to what's called like thin the delta. They're trying to make sure that they don't overproduce and sell what they have.
Yes,
that's why you pretty much don't see an overabundance. If you see figures, you start noticing figures start going to waitlist a lot quicker than what they did before.
Stores not getting them. Like my love Third Eye Comics. Make sure you check them out if you're in Annapolis, Maryland. Beautiful store, beautiful staff, all that. But that store, they don't get Hot Toys like that anymore. And I asked, like, why we don't get them like that? And they were like, Sideshow doesn't give them to us like that anymore because it's not that many. It's not that many. Yeah. So you're right. You know,
that's right after COVID because you saw naming, you saw looking at the prequels, the Star Wars prequels. You turn like you said, the in-game line. You saw looking at that those big IPs and how many figures they was it looked like they were sitting there printing out figures like you sitting there printing out money. For a good little while, and they're not trying to go back to that again. Where they got an Iron Man, I think it was still that hologram Iron Man. Was that great break the record or the one that's been sitting on their shelf the longest time?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, that shit they can keep. That.
All I know is the only artisan I'm gonna break my neck trying to get at this point is Ellen Ripley. That's the only one I'll bother.
That would be a good one.
And I'll pay a third party if I have to. I'll go right over to plastic and get it if I have to.
There you go.
I'm not gonna play. That's because. Yep. That's a figure I want because my collection needs it.
There you go.
I don't need it for any other reason.
There you
go.
I'll
pay more for it. Look at I got a $1,000 power loader. I paid $1,000 for the power loader because I wanted a power loader. I don't care about how exclusive it is.
Yeah, and there ain't nothing wrong with that at all. I do want to run through the chat real quick, guys. Definitely we got Luminar in the building. What's up with you, sis? Make sure I want you here next week. Absolutely. She says, "Hey guys, Okoye." I know.
You know, Lumi, have you considered getting that 3-0 Michonne and customizing her to Okoye yourself? I mean, I know you shouldn't have to, but have you considered that?
Ooh, can like Tina do a reverse? You know, like you send it to Tina going, take the hair off.
I mean, yeah, she's bald. I mean, it wouldn't be a lot to it.
That would be, that's actually kind of interesting. That's interesting, and I'm sure.
I'm surprised
Lumia herself is talented enough to make that work. So I would like to see that. That's interesting.
Quick, someone tell Robert Meyer Burnett.
What's up, Trevor?
We got Trevor says, "Why does this sculpt look better on this than the Tiger Suit version?" A lot of people feel that way.
Is it the facial hair, maybe?
I think it's the facial hair, man. Looks amazing. We got my man Supernova Moore in the building. Said actual comic version of the suit. If it was the actual comic version of the suit, I would have been all over it. Absolutely. You know, everybody has their opinion. Ain't nothing wrong with that. See, this is what I was saying, Big Dog Pound. He said, these limited releases remind me of when I used to chase after every Air Jordan and Yeezy drops. That's what we're looking at. That's what it is. That's exactly what's going on. Yeah, I'm not saying the line is played out. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I do think, like X was saying, it's kind of wearing out its welcome a little bit. I think people are getting a little worn out by this whole Q shit, and it's like every week.
Honestly, I think they should just do it once a quarter. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
If they did it once a quarter, you know, that'd be fine. But like, you know, like everything else, it gets worn out. It gets
3
worn
pages.
out.
I got 3 pages on Sideshow and they're all artisans, and I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm waiting all of them. 3 pages of artists.
They should adopt again. Go back to what they used to do. Time releases, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time releases control it all because at least people get it. Because if you don't get it, you don't have an excuse. At that point, if there's a time release and you just wait it out and you miss it, then that's on you. It's not on them. At least you know there's a chance it's actually given, and you know the amount that what's there, what's accumulated, how many pre-orders, what goes into production. You know, at that point, time release makes the most sense. And that way people aren't sitting there waiting for a queue that sometimes comes early or sometimes comes late.
And you know, another version of an exclusive I don't mind is if it's at a particular show, like the D23 thing. I know it's a pain in the ass for everybody who wanted that figure, but if you're going to do an exclusive, make it exclusive to a show. Don't just arbitrarily give us a time that we have to stop our lives and buy it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's demonstrable.
It's a good point. Chewy's Bandolier says, "Hey boys, what's up with you, Chewy? Got to get you on here in the panel as well, brother. Absolutely." K Carter, what's up with you, my friend? He says, "I'll be 1000% honest. It's overrated in my opinion. These random choices of figures just don't make sense. They should have left rooted to NR."
I agree with that
y'all
too.
Feel about that?
So far, I'm not too impressed with anything I've seen Hot Toys do rooted from the internet. I don't own any of them yet. So.
Again,
I don't own any of them yet, Leo. So don't lay into me. I'm just
no. I get it, bro. Because again, I mean, what if anything in art's proven is that it's not just it's not just basically the in art line itself and what they do with rooted. It's more so what they do in general as far as their releases. They give people time to decide whether or not they want it, and I think they're very successful in that space. You know what I mean? Same with Jazz Inc. You know what I mean? Time releases, bro, like giving people time to really decide. And this is where, like X was saying, like this is where these companies are dominating. You know what I mean? People aren't as argumentative as they are, you know, when it comes to Hot Toys and these practices. And I think if you're doing this and you're doing if you're doing a queue system, but yet when the figure comes out, there's still complaints about how the figure looks, because sometimes to some people it feels rushed or lackluster in accessories, then that's much, bro. That people are spending a lot of money for something that, you know, it's a rough place, bro. Definitely is.
I mean, this is the thing that pissed me off with it. Before I jump on that, I want to say what's up to Mike Latoris. What's up with you, brother? Good to have you here. Also, X-Men Supreme in the building. What's up with you, my friend? Got to get you on here too. It's been a minute.
Dude, that thing in your mouth is huge.
Oh my. Pause. Pause. Oh my. Oh my.
It's just coming right for us, man.
Said, hey, at least with the show exclusive, I don't have that hope that I might get it and then miss out and be upset about paying twice the price later on. That is very true.
But you know, the bitch of it is that when you do go through all of that and you do get it, you feel like you're the luckiest person in the world.
You do. I mean, it's a good listen. It's stupid, but it is a good feeling.
That sounds like something a drug user would say, though. You're chasing that high, man.
But it's a part of the game.
It is a part of the game. It is a part of the game.
All the anxiety, all the adrenaline, and then the payoff.
Look, it's the part of the game. I still go back in memories where I saw that fucking Dark Phoenix Toy Biz and I knocked his ass to a roll of Barbies.
Yes, he did. He damn sure did.
I hit him like with a motherfucking Road Warrior animal shoulder block and knocked his ass over another thing. So
we got into a physical altercation, and I'm not ashamed to say he won that shit. If anybody can kick my ass, is my big brother. So I mean, yeah, that's just what it is.
Hey, look, we had a newscaster that saw that shit.
Yup, who was also a collector. So
yeah.
Yeah, he just scooped his up, was like toodaloo, just scooped his up while we just beating the shit out of each other.
All of us is guilty to going to Toys R Us on Wednesday with their shipments. Wait for them to leave the box open, creep around the corner like we going to the bathroom. They leave that box alone. We all in it because we know that box only have like 2 limited figures and a case of 16. All of us have done it. So
I know. I worked at Toys R Us when the Power Rangers first came out, man. I had parents chasing that pink Power Ranger all day because it was 1 per case.
Yup.
Y'all got the pink Power Ranger? I was like, we ain't got no Power Rangers. Get out of here. You want Zord or whoever the bad guy is? There,
you know how many goddamn Toys R Us employees are unemployed for that shit?
I was actually working for Sega, but I was still in the building. So
shit.
Still come at me.
Definitely. As Bean. We gotta get you back on here too, bro. He said it is a good feeling when you can secure an exclusive. He said, I'm always saying how easy the queue was for me, for Bucky.
Hey,
Like, yeah,
okay,
I had good luck with Bucky as well.
dude. Sterling Fine Art said, I remember sleeping in my car for a Dreamcast for my son. I got one better. I had my knee surgery for Xbox 360. GameStop fucked me over. And then literally out of knee surgery, maybe 5 hours out of knee surgery, my ass in a line for an Xbox 360 with my legs still bandaged up.
You go, girl.
Insane.
I camp out for stuff, man. Concert tickets. The last thing I camped out for was a Funko Pop back in 2017. It was the Grady Twins. Because I was a big Stephen King guy. I still am, but yeah, I got there at 3:30 in the morning. Nobody else showed up for that drop until like 7:45 when they opened. I was like, y'all need to step off. I get first dibs. And there was a chase in there, by the way, which was going for like $500 at the time.
Ooh, oh my God. Ooh.
That was mine.
Remember the Super Nintendo Mini and the Nintendo Mini? Remember those? The mini consoles they did?
Yeah.
That I remember wee hours of the morning, just standing outside waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
We
remember
Stone Roses
all of us
tickets,
have done
Akira
it.
tickets.
All of us have done it, but then some of us got old and lazy on the game.
No, the Xbox 360 that broke me. I ain't even gonna lie because I remember that year when what was that when GameStop oversold their stock and then just screwed people over and shit.
Yeah,
and I remember I didn't get mine until like a year later. I remember being at Pentagon City at the Best Buy in Pentagon City at 4 a.m. I wasn't even driving back then. My business partner dropped me. He was like, all right, he drove me there, dropped me there early in the morning. We're waiting outside. After waiting outside from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. to about 8 a.m. And then people in the line started fighting, started pushing, started shoving. And I mean, it just got to the point where we all just had to walk away.
Bad. When the PlayStation 3 came out, I had an actual police escort to take me to the store to pick it up and to walk me to my fucking car.
Yeah.
See, I
That's
don't
what we
mind-
stopped
done
being-
that for a
that's
pair
what
of
we
Jordans.
stopped being
We've all
fucked.
had that done for a pair of Jordans at some point. So,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I don't buy
Yeah.
first gen consoles anymore, man. When the PS1 came out, I had a first gen console, and that one, after about 3-4 months, you had to start flipping it over for it to read the disc because the laser would start to sink down.
Oh,
So
yeah, I remember
ever
that.
since then, I wait to buy my console. That being said, I am completely impressed with how the Nintendo Switch rollout happened. Because I mean, online pre-orders they sold out, but like today, we had stock just for people that came in the store. You couldn't order it online, Couch Commando it, and then come pick it up or something. No, you had to go to the store, and we had like 50 of them in the store. I mean, that was cool because I remember with PS5, I kind of wanted to jump a little faster and get that, and I wasn't, the bots got them all, and there was no inventory anywhere. That was right around COVID, So
Larry Walker, Ashley L. He said, "Will you be live for this tomorrow?"
Nah, bro, I can't. I got a graduation. Yeah, I got a graduation tomorrow.
Are you gonna try to
I
buy it
don't-
during graduation?
I don't know. I mean, it depends if the graduation because they change, bro. Here because they're trying to beat the rain, and because they weren't really they because they're having an outdoor graduation on a football field, so they're trying to beat the rain. So they're going to actually have it at 10 o'clock in the morning here. So if it's 10 o'clock, hopefully it'll be done. I got an appointment. And the thing is, it's like if it's done within an hour, like an hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours, there might be a chance. But then I have an appointment at 1:30, which means I can start the show at 12, but probably around 1 or a couple minutes after, I got to be out. You know what I mean? So it's going to be kind of hard. I got to see. Tomorrow's going to be kind of rough, man. That's what I'm saying. And when they do these little flash releases and then you got to actually, change the schedule up, bro. For a lot of us who are content creators, this shit's hard, bro. It's not easy.
I mean, I was up last night, and I know y'all gonna think I'm stupid. I'm sorry, but I'm just go ahead and tell you the truth. I was up last night. I'm tired of shit right now because I kept checking. I just check my phone in the middle of the night. It just happens. It just happens. I be looking for messages from Renz. When I don't see something from Renz, I'm like, all right, nothing came out. I got up and I just couldn't sleep because I was like, they dropped this, and I was like, I know they're gonna drop that yellow and blue Wolverine. I know it's gonna come. I just kept checking the phone. I just could not go to sleep. And then here we are. And then they didn't drop it. And I was pissed. And I was mad at myself. I was like, these motherfuckers done played me. When I played myself. You know, so
I might do it. I might create a show. You know, if I'll basically put it for like 12:15 tomorrow. Hopefully the graduation is kind of up. I got to leave the graduation kind of early anyway. And luckily enough, her daughter's the first person to get called.
Oh,
she's
wow.
the very first person. She's the very first name that they call. Because her last name's AB, you know what I mean? So
there you go.
She's the first person. So as soon as she's called and she walks to the stage, I'll be like, all right, excuse me for a moment. I'm only down the street, bro. I'll just, you know what I mean, go down the street. So I'll actually schedule it, you know, for tomorrow. I'll
so this gonna
like
be like the sitcoms where layout has to be in two places at once. This is gonna be
well, luckily it's crazy because luckily the it's right up the street. The school's right up the street. So the high schools, I can just drive. I can walk there if I wanted to. So it's just up there and, you know, whatever. So I'm good. But yeah, I'll probably still do it. Yeah, that's it. And just we'll wait and see. Good luck to everybody. Because it's like, what, 2,500?
2,500, bro.
Yeah, that's rough.
Rick Artemis, what up with you, Brick? He says, gotta have this future Grail. Yeah, man. This is gonna be hard, man.
You know what I did to procure?
May the odds be ever in your favor.
For my Hano Studios Brown Suit Wolverine, I just went ahead and bought it, man. I know my luck is rubbish in the Q system, and again, I tried to get a second one in the Q system. I had already gone before the prices went anywhere. I just went on, you know, with my buddy Jeremy and just bought it. I was like, just put me down for the brown suit. I'm not playing this game. I want that suit.
And I mean, and honestly, Maz, and I don't have a problem with that. If you got the finances to do it, do it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't, but I mean, you could do a PayPal paying for with him, so you know.
I mean, I did it with shit. I did it with my Artisan. I did it with Darth Vader Apprentice, and I ain't no shame in the game, bro. That's how it is. Nobody got money like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to not for something like this. Let's be honest. Just to throw it out there. If you do, more power to you. But you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
This does look really good.
It looks great. It looks great. And just this right there. Come on, man. That looks amazing. That looks good.
I want a Cavalrine though. I think out of the cameo ones, I think I would want a Cavalrine because the brown suit's not going to give you the mask. When you think about it, the John Byrne suit's not going to give you he didn't have it on. Why would he give you?
I'm holding out for the short king. Really, really want that short king.
Yep. I think we'll get all of them. Honestly, I think they're going to do them. I think you're going to get patch, and I think if they do patch shit, that's probably going to be 1,500. I bet they do some shit like that for patch. I bet they do. So, and now that I said it, how it's like writing it down. I'm writing it down.
A good idea is a good idea.
I shouldn't have said shit.
1,500 figures later. God damn it.
If that shit happens, everybody's gonna beat my ass. I'm not showing up at New York Comic Con.
It'll even say it in the description. We heard you loud and clear. 1,500.
Must you have a patch or must you have an artisan patch? Because you can make a patch pretty easily. You just buy an outfit for him and
you could
put a patch over on his eye.
You know what people want. You know people want that.
What are you guys talking about? Artisan patch. Now that's a whole.
Yeah, they want an artisan patch. They want that flex. Must have patch. Yep.
The idea about having your collection look like someone else's collection, when in reality we don't know what other people's collections really look like because we don't ever see anyone and their collections, which is why we're kind of all here in this space, is because we can't walk up to some rando in the street and say, hey, do you want to see my 1/6 scale figure? They're going to probably call the cops.
Right.
I don't know. Didn't
Rand, you killing me.
didn't Will go walk up to people with his 1/6 figure?
Well, you know, Will's pretty disarming. He has the smile. He's Will. You know, Will can do that. I can't do that, but Will can do that.
Will can do that.
Yeah.
I was always
I'm glad all these releases.
Spider-Man.
and reveals spark joy in you guys. I haven't been excited about the last 20 reveals, and that's messed up. That's messed up. That means they're failing. That means they're failing a market with that. They're failing
Yeah,
a whole
Howard.
market. So
You have failed this city, Howard.
So yeah, I want to see 11.3 and Wolverine.
Hey, what's my 11.3 inch Wolverine?
Jesus. All right, so we talked enough about Wolverine. Let's talk about some Jazz Inc. news real quick.
Batman on the toilet.
Batman.
I saw that and I was like, what are we looking at, man? The kids section in Target, man? What is
Yeah, this is the first time he's seeing it. When I saw it, oh shit, Batman on the toilet.
I'm Batman.
Where to me?
Don't forget the flush.
I don't understand why the Joker would give me prune juice.
Alfred, what?
Joker give me prune juice. Prune juice
Oh, let me reach back
and
there.
graham crackers. I don't understand, but now I know.
The rumble is not from the car.
The rumble's not from the car.
Crazy.
Where's the tissue? Where are they? Where's the tissue?
I didn't know this suit hold poop stinks so hard.
Alfred, I am the knight. I need to wipe. I love the
somewhere Yost is like you.
Batman.
Somewhere Yost is
man,
like you, son of a bitch.
his voice is just hard to get behind sometimes, man.
What about Viper? Oh, there were chocolate drops.
Yeah, we're all adults now.
Oh man. Ooh. But this comes so for all the people that pre-order, that are the first to pre-order the tumbler, the Jazz Inc. tumbler, will get this guy free. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I always
Lay out
wanted a
your thoughts
Batman
on
on the toilet.
What'd you say?
Your thoughts on this layout?
I mean, he
We're not
talked
letting
about
him
it. He talked about it. You know, this is something that he wanted to do. He was, we already knew that he was going to create it. But it is a nice incentive for people who, might be going after that tumbler. You know what I mean? At least he's making a conscious effort to give you something, extra. I think it's definitely
cool.
it's a power move. It's a good business decision.
What would
to
be
do
even
something like
cooler?
this.
layout?
And
I'm sorry. It would be even cooler if you were able to put a Hot Toys head sculpt on that. Like if it had the lock and key to put the actual Hot Toys on there, or leave that one there.
I mean, I think he's looking at it at the simple fact that it's a character inside of an actual car.
Yeah.
He's already conscious that a lot of people already have the 6 scale figure or have the 6 scale option possibly.
Yeah.
And it's just, mainly more so something he wanted to use as far as the vehicle is concerned. I think it's a good idea, man. I mean, why not? I mean, he's doing a lot more than most companies would when it comes to something like that. At least he's giving you that option. We know that we saw, and not to kind of bring it up, but when we saw that, the N1 Starfighter, how we were supposed to have that one with a different version of both Grogu and, the Mandalorian, that never came into fruition. Yeah. So now he's just making a promise to do something that, a lot of companies are doing. I commend him on that. You know what I mean? I'm not, again, I'm definitely not the biggest, Christian Bale Batman fan at all. But I think, especially if you're getting that tumbler, it's a nice addition, man. And I like the accuracies in it, the simple fact that he's giving you the begins version. You know what I mean? So it looks good. I mean, it definitely looks good. And it looks
better than the Hot Toys version.
Yeah. And then it's more of an exclusive for you to get this. You know what I mean? Like you get this if you were the first to get the pre-order. You know what I mean? So that just makes a lot of sense. But boy, I'm gonna tell you this much. What he told, just wait. This way. I'm just gonna say, just wait.
I think if you buy the tumbler, I would never want to put my Hot Toys or any actual expensive figure in it. This is the perfect option. I would hate to, as Chewy mentioned, damage the suit trying to put your actual figure in there.
Yeah.
When you have this, you know, I mean, this works.
I will say the sizing of his vehicles are very, I mean, great. I pretty much often put my DX09 Batman in the Jazz Inc. Batmobile. I'll just sit. I don't keep him. I don't keep him in there very long. I'll probably do it for about a week or maybe 2 at the most, and then pull it. And then
but over time, that suit's not going to handle you doing that because it is a kind of a rubber suit, right? The DX09. I mean, it won't stand up to that abuse over and over again. So this is like the perfect solution if it comes with it.
No, it definitely is. I'm just saying,
just close the canopy and leave your figure by the car. He's standing outside the car. You want to have the figure in the car, you just open the canopy. And
I'm just saying, with their scaling of their stuff, in reference to like putting it into like having like, cause I used to put that same Batman in the Hot Toys one, and I mean it was a chore. It was a damn chore, and I knew it was going to ruin the suit keeping it in there. But for the one, it doesn't bother me for me because I have multiple Batman at this point. But you're right, this is like the best option, and it's cool that he's giving this to you. And I mean, I thought this was something that all the companies that give, even Hot Toys, when they give us vehicles, it would be a nice incentive to give us a
it would be.
It would be nice. Why not?
I wouldn't have to buy Ghostbusters right now if they would just Blitzway just give me all 4 of them to put in the car like this.
Or Doc and Marty, for that DeLorean.
Yeah,
wouldn't that be sweet?
Considering Doc doesn't even fit in there with his hat on or something. Yeah.
You have to mash his ass in there. Yeah, you really do. So yeah, this is a good option. I think
he'll fit in the Blitzway one. I'm sure though, because this Blitzway Ecto 1 is a little.
Definitely. It's a little bit more. The dimensions are a little bit more forgiving. So yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. But no, this was cool. This was definitely cool. This is going to be a short show tonight, guys. So this will be our last one because I really don't want to talk about Bond. If you guys want to, we can, but I really don't.
But we could also speculate on when or like where people could go order those Blitzway Ghostbusters when they drop too. Because I'm kind of fishing for who to order those from.
Oh, I mean, that's a good one.
You got Kit, but I'm like, is that where I want to go? I mean, with the tariff situation, is that my
you
best option?
You don't want to buy them directly from like Blitzway America? Because I think they'll be
getting it.
Sideshow, I don't think is going to get them. They didn't get the car.
But
they haven't gotten any figures. The only thing that Sideshow's been getting lately is the Prime 1 Blitzway statues.
Okay.
Yeah, but they sold the DeLorean. That's why I'm thinking that
Sideshow sold the DeLorean?
I'm sorry, not Sideshow, Blitzway. They sold it directly. You could buy it directly from them. So I was thinking that I would be buying mine directly from, like my Ghostbusters, directly from Blitzway America.
It might be an option, but again, I'm just fishing for ideas. What other options are?
I don't want to do Kit. I mean, Kit is great. Don't get me wrong, but if I can get it directly from the factory, like from the people that make it, I rather. That's just the way I am. Who knows?
Oh, Ray's gonna have them too.
Ray's gonna have them.
Ray. I like Ray. I haven't ordered anything from Ray since I bought my Ed 209. No,
he hit me up on Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. I was at the furniture shop and he hit me up and asked me about it. I think both Rays will have it. Ray from Underground and Ray from Hawk Wars. So
Hawk Wars have them? Okay.
Yeah, so they'll both actually have it. They're kind of going through the motions of like just getting everything prepped and ready so when they come out, they'll just go to the go-tos and be like, hey, is this something that you're interested in? And stuff like that. So it should be cool, bro. I think it should be pretty cool.
No, I think it'll be. I think
Underground is a great site. I haven't bought from them in years, but I've been looking at their site for something to buy.
Oh man, he's just again, bro. Like, it's the experience. And
I bought my Wolf Predator from Raid Underground.
Yeah, definitely dope, bro.
12-inch Smooth Stream says I ordered the Batman Armored 2.0 from Underground last night. There you go.
There you go, bro.
Absolutely.
There you go, brother.
Sunday.
We got Rusty Bronco in the building. Says 4-pack with Slimer, 1,200.
I don't know, man, because I mean the DeLorean's only $1,000.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Moose
I don't know if
sent
it's
me.
gonna be that high. I think they come in a little cheaper.
Moose sent me something the other night. He sent me, I think he sent it to me last night. I didn't see it until like late this morning. But I think a site was selling them last week. They were selling them, and I think it was 1,200. And he said that it was an exclusive set or something like that. I gotta go back and look at that. But
Yeah, I think that was the old set.
that's what I thought. I thought it was the
I
old
think I
set.
saw that post and people were like, "That's the old set," because they were like, "There's a limited number, blah blah blah," and the set's not even out yet, so they can't be selling it.
The Sogo Toys, right? Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's the there you go. Yeah, the Sogo Toys. I think I still think that looked like the old set to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like the ones I have. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway,
It's the okay. Trimble Dust says no. It's the new set. Sogo Toys confirmed pre-email. Moose did send me that email. Okay, so no, hold on real quick. Let me look at it. I just want to make sure.
Is everyone here buying Ghostbusters?
I'm considering it if I can find a good financing option. I need some for my car, man. I don't care. I don't want the kids. I want the adults, man. The Ghostbusters won adults.
Of course. Let me see where I can't find it yet.
That way I'll have 12th scale Ghostbusters in car and a 6th scale Ghostbusters in car. Because I got the Mezco Ghostbusters and the HasLab car on order. So
I almost got that HasLab. That HasLab.
you know what would determine me buying it? Because I was gonna go, I can't afford it, I can't do it. But I got my check for the devaluation for my car from my accident. The last day that it was up for order, I was like, there we go.
Okay, you check from your real car to buy a small car.
Yeah.
So Sogo Toys Collectibles says, "Hi, please explain more." Blitzway said, "Hi, Michael. This is a limited reissue by Blitzway. We're currently taking pre-orders to help secure units for interested customers as soon as possible." Now they say this is a limited reissue.
That's not what the new ones are. They're not
a reissue.
The new ones,
Right. So
unless they just use the wrong wording.
Right.
They may have just used the
And their price is 13. Was it 1302.98?
Well, we'll see. So we're hearing some things. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. But I do want to jump back to
back to Shin. I'm sorry to pull
back to Shin.
Something I thought we talked about.
Back to Shin Hati. Maz, what do you think about Shin Hati?
I think the same thing I thought about her the first time I saw her. Great character, interesting character, cool looking figure, but I don't need her. I got Balin. That's the only of the two I felt I really needed.
So you're not gonna get his approach. Come on, man. You can have them both.
Man,
together.
I'm trying to cut down on my Star Wars as it is, man.
Yeah, but you can at least have them together. Come on now.
Why he left her?
He did.
He said, "Bye, Felicia. Your way is not the right way. Bye, Felicia."
Shin Hati, baby. Definitely.
I mean, like I said, she was interesting. She's gorgeous, but just I don't need it.
Got you. Beautiful poses.
I'm sorry. I just feel like I don't need anything today.
Hey, you know how I feel about Ghostbusters. Big bro, I didn't hear you talk too much about this. We didn't talk too much about this one this week. How do you feel about this figure right here? How do you think it came out?
Came out pretty good. Just when they come, we just gonna get hammered.
Yes, sir.
All those, because her and Soko, I think all of them gonna show up all at one
I
time.
already got my Ahsoka. You haven't got your Ahsoka yet? Are you got a pre-order
Nope.
with the payment?
Nope. I just got hit with Sideshow. What the little bro was like 6?
Yeah, he was
all at one time.
What was it? Miles G. Marak.
Toby.
Yeah, she definitely needs Tina loving Chewie. I agree.
Yeah, I know it's got 6. I got hit with 6 figures, but they was all paid off anyway. But but still. I mean, for talking about this figure, yeah, Joan of Arc. Yeah, that's what every time I see this, that's what I see.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it.
what I see
Mhm.
when I see this
I
figure.
might be priced
But,
out of these Ghostbusters.
You know, them poses and her with Balin with those orange USB lightsabers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So dope.
I mean, I'm sitting there looking at this stuff. I already know some of the stuff I got packed up. That shit probably gonna stay packed up.
Mm.
The next adventure probably be me to find, you know, I have the boxes, but put everything back in his boxes and just totally change everything, you know, to change everything up to make way for the new to have, you know, poses like this.
Mm-hmm. You should. Sogo Toys is taking orders for the new version of Ghostbusters using the pictures from the Sideshow 1.0. Sideshow is in the pics.
Who is Sogo Toys? I've never ordered from them. I don't know.
I never heard of them. I've never heard of them.
Looked like they was. I said it said it was Australian when I looked it up.
Oh, okay. So is that ASD or AUD or USD that these prices are?
Well, you get those prices as USD. But,
That's a good question. That is a great question, X-Man Supreme. Has anybody got their Battling Deadpool from Sideshow yet?
I didn't order it.
That's a good question because that's been out for a damn minute.
shit. How they going, man? They got figures that's been out for damn 3 months and people haven't gotten their shit yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm expecting the
like
next one to hit me
Anakin.
is that Feral Predator, which by the way has gone waitlisted.
The Feral Predator has?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I knew
if
that
you
was
want a
coming.
Predator, don't hold out too long for that new Jungle Hunter. If you want one, go ahead and at least lock in the pre-order.
Yeah, while people talking shit about it, that joint
I
gonna sell
pre-ordered
out.
it as much as I
Oh,
talked
you-
shit about it. I still pre-ordered it.
I knew you were.
You talking
I use it for parts with anything else,
Oh, you
man.
talking about the Feral Predator?
Yeah. Oh no, the Jungle Hunter.
Jungle Hunter, the new one.
Oh yeah, I locked that one in. That one in the Xenomorph. Why we was last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it, Lomi.
Yep.
I totally believe it. Damn, said Indiana Jones is delayed. That's a good figure too. That's a great one.
I just wish you can get a younger head sculpt, man. I want him and his gun, man. He doesn't have his gun.
Yeah, we vibing tonight because I was thinking that last night when I looked at him, I was like, why the fuck they didn't get my gun? Just to throw it in there. Just
Did
give
he
me
not
that.
even? I don't think he had it in that movie. I only watched it once. I don't know.
I've never even seen it, honestly. I have to figure. I haven't had a chance to watch. I want to watch. I just haven't had a chance.
It's not all that, man. Do yourself a favor and don't.
It's all right. You know, it's
Do yourself a favor, kill that guy, and
Game's
also
better.
don't watch it.
it's all right. You know,
I'm kidding.
Wasn't what I wanted, but you know, hey, I'm not always gonna get what I want.
X, your thoughts. I know you talked about a little bit on layouts last night, but your thoughts on Shin Hati.
Well, this particular figure, I mean, I thought the hair turned out really, really great. And it just goes to show that not everything needs to be rooted. Sculpted hair, they really, when they do it, they bring it. I mean, they've got the roots, they got it looks pretty. If it looks this great in person, and some of these shots, especially some of the more dynamic poses, it looks like, you know, a still from the actual show itself. And for them to be able to pull that off, everything from the tailoring to how weathered the costume is and all of that, I actually think she looks better than Balin.
I do too.
Balin,
Yep.
yeah, Balin. I'm like, okay, but then you look at her, it's like, no, she cooked in the oven a little longer.
Maybe
She
you
did.
have to light just right because I got an awesome photo I took of him, man, and he
Yeah.
looked just like him.
Look at this. Just
Then again,
look-
I'm hiding most of his face with his lightsaber because I'm doing that cross block thing he does in the show.
I seen that. That looked good. That looked great, Moss.
But that looks just
I-
like him.
I wish the lightsabers, though. I really wish they lit up like this. But
Mhm.
you're gonna need a fusion reactor.
They
And,
do light up like that if you get Photoshop.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Damn it, Moss.
That's all I do now. I don't even plug them in anymore. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
But no, I thought this turned out really great, and yeah, no, this particular line, they decided to bring their A game to it, and there was a lot for them to work with, and everything that they gave has been pretty stellar. So yeah, between Morak, between the Sabine and the Hera, I mean, the Zombie Death Trooper, you know, they
Well,
just
they
really
need-
had some fun designs to work with.
And they just missed the opportunity with Hu Yang. They lost an opportunity with Morgan Elsbeth. They lost an opportunity with Ezra. Even the Night Sisters. I think they could have.
You don't
Maybe try to
think-
play it safe, but it was
We'll
room.
get him with season 2.
I don't think that it's not out of the. I don't think that. I think you could. There's still a big possibility that they can give all those to you. You're just gonna be pissed off when they're exclusives.
Yeah, I could
Oh,
see
yeah,
them
it's gonna be
doing
exclusive. He's gonna be like a
Ezra's-
Toy Fair exclusive or something.
I could
which
see them
won't be
doing
too bad.
Ezra's look, like when Sabine is holding the hologram and he's talking and he's wearing his, Rebels look and he's clean shaven and all that. I could see them translating that to figure form quite easy. But I think we'll get an Ezra. I really do. I mean, let's face it, we're still getting things from the Deadpool line a year after the movie came out.
Yeah, I get
So,
Han
And again, we
later.
still have season 2 for Ahsoka. So
and then and then after that, what do we have for Star Wars TV?
we got the Mandalorian Grogu movie, so that might give us a Zeb. So
Yeah,
Yeah, but for TV though, is
Oh, I don't know.
Ahsoka season 2 it?
I think that's it for now.
Huh. Okay.
I think that's it. Lael, your thoughts on Shin Hati, aka Joan of Arc?
Nah, man, I love this figure, bro. I talked about it yesterday. I think they did an amazing job with it. The tailoring, the head sculpt, even the sculpted hair looks good. I mean, the actress herself, like she's such a she's dynamically interesting, bro.
Yes,
She has like
absolutely.
an interesting look, and she makes you want to watch her because it's just like this. The expressions on her face are demanding. You know what I mean? And I love the way I think they killed it with this sculpt. It looks amazing. It looks just like the prototype. Again, I think the articulation is good. The completion and the completion is amazing. Considering the simple fact that I already have Balin. You got to get this. This was I remember when they, before they mentioned it, this was pretty much the number one figure I was going after was this one.
I
was
remember
like,
you saying that.
please, will they actually give us a Shin? Because I loved her character. I mean, just from the word go, and was waiting for it to happen, and I'm glad they did. And I think they did a great job. It's going to be interesting to see what she's going to look like for season 2. Considering the simple fact, I think they said they're going to do a time jump on season 2.
Wow.
So it's going to be interesting to see if her hair is longer or if we know she's probably going to be head of the tribe, but what is her ambition at that particular point? You know what I mean? Because we don't necessarily know. We can see that she did carry a level of conviction, with that final episode where we don't know what she really wants to do, what side she kind of leans on, so I think she's incredible, bro. I think this figure is going to be incredible. I can't wait to get it. Now we already know. I still haven't gotten Ahsoka yet, so I'm still waiting to get the the announcement or the notification about that. But I love this Ahsoka line. I think the only figure that I passed on was the Death Trooper zombies.
Yeah.
That was the only one that I wanted to get in my collection. But everything else, I was like, yeah, it was a must. Morocco, I'm so glad. I can't wait for that to come. You know what I mean? I think it's an incredible line, man. I can't wait to see what season 2 is going to bring us. What Sabine's going to look like, if she's going to have longer hair or we don't know. So I just can't wait to see.
Absolutely, bro.
Leo, that Morocco's coming soon.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm waiting on.
That's on the list. That's on the list that Sideshow sent me. That, hey, this is about to get sent out.
I believe it because as soon as they get it, because I ordered it through Underground, so I know once they get it, then I'll get a notification from him to let me know. Sometimes though, it's crazy though because sometimes he gets figures before they do.
yeah.
Oh wow.
That's how I got my wolf. They didn't. Sideshow still have pre-order, and
he had it.
Ray had it already.
Damn, that's cool.
And then Sideshow sold the hell out. And I was like, I'm glad I got mine.
Mm-hmm.
That wolf, man. I think I can't choose a favorite predator, but I think he is. I think he might be my favorite. For
A lot of people like that one.
Bro, did you see the trailer? Did y'all see the trailer for Alien Earth today?
Oh yeah, buddy. We were talking. I mentioned that before you got here, man. What was it? Sweet.
Bruh, they are going back. They're dipping back into their bag, bro. And the way they are linking, because here I have a theory though, bro. Because it's like these subtle hints, right? That what we got from Predator Badlands when we discovered that she is a droid and she's a droid from Wayland. You know what I mean? And then the hints that again, there are multiple species. It's not just one. They're saying multiple species that were on that ship. Who knows what could have arrived on that ship? If hell, it could even be a predator on that ship. We never know. You know what I
They said
mean?
it was 9. They said it was 9. I think they said it was 9 different species.
9 different species, bro. Like five or 9. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, there's so much. I mean, bro, like Predator and Alien, bro. Fucking killers, bro.
That comes out tomorrow.
Bro, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. That shit's gonna be fun. And it's getting
some figures from that, man. They made a big statue
I hope so.
of that one guy,
but it's getting rave reviews, bro. It's getting rave
Hey,
reviews.
Leo,
Everybody says they
my
love
new
it.
edition here, man? You see that?
What? Oh yeah, the Badlands poster. Yeah, it looks good. That looks good.
That looks good.
That's dope.
That looks amazing, bro. So, like I said, Predator and Alien fans right now are eating, bro. So I wouldn't be surprised if Howard takes notes, and we're gonna get a 2.0 of Ripley, bro. You already know that.
Oh, absolutely.
Artisan.
That's
Artisan.
Yeah, that's coming. That's definitely coming soon.
And
so,
actually, I'd rather an Aliens Ripley because this President Toys one is garbage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like them both. I would actually welcome them both. But
yeah. People are eating right now, so I'm happy for both, bro. Both Predator fans and Alien fans, and because the property is being treated right. Finally,
yes,
it's not a lot of fucking joke, bro. Because that Predator film that came out a couple years ago was a trip.
You talking about the one with Olivia
Sterling K. Brown was in that too, bro? That shit was trash.
Shane Black joint with the kid and shit.
Yeah, nah, man, that was trash.
I like Olivia Munn.
I mean, of course,
she's always pleasant to watch.
I love Olivia Munn, so absolutely. But
I love her. My favorite role of hers is Sloane Sabbath in The Newsroom. I love The Newsroom.
She will always be the geek goddess from Attack of the Show.
Yeah, she was.
You're right. We are course correcting. I mean, let's face it. We got Prey, then we got Alien Romulus. Just last year, I think, and now this year we have tons of Predator. We have and we have Alien. So it's like
bro. Take your pick. And they're treating the IP so good. And that's what I'm happy about, bro. They're not, that's the one thing I can say with the acquisition that they're doing.
Doc was like, we don't talk about Predator 2016.
I have those movie posters too, but you don't see those go up.
Oh, bro. I don't know.
If Darkinator don't claim it, it's bad.
Bro.
And they look like cool posters, but the movie looks trash.
If you think about it though, if the streaming properties were the way they are right now in 2016, that shit would have been straight to streaming. It would have never.
Oh, ain't no doubt about that shit.
They would not, because I don't know who greenlit that shit and thought it was okay, bro.
When I saw it, I was like, "This was in the theater."
Yeah, bro.
Meanwhile, you see Prey, and you're like, "This wasn't in a theater."
What?
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
What's your favorite Predator movie? I have to say Predator 2 for me. I mean, they all are really good, but I like the lore they start building with Predator 2.
For me is one Prey and then 2.
Yeah, man. I like it, man. 2 is for me, man.
Oh, right. Hold on, let me do it.
2 was incredible.
All right. Pussy face.
2 also had, Bill Paxton, and he's been in all 3 movies. So
right.
Yeah. 2 was I would actually go in the same order, though. I would say 1, Prey, then 2 for me. Because Prey, I mean, bro, anytime, and again, watching Prey with my mom was incredible. You know what I mean? Watching it with her, and mainly because I told her, I was like, "Mom, this right now is indigenous. This is Choctaw all the way. Like, let's go."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she watched it, and she was just so impressed. You know what I mean? So watching it with her was just like a special moment. So You know what I mean? That's why I say too. I mean, that's why I say Prey. I love Prey. I love the narrative behind Prey, because it wasn't just about the predator itself. It was about an indigenous and a culture that was being oppressed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I love that nature of it. You know what I mean? Where at one point, both the predator and, both of them were helping each other out and they didn't know it.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean?
That's
So
good.
I loved it, bro. I love that fucking film, bro. I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But he was
Don't get me wrong, I
a
love the
cheap
first
motherfucker,
movie.
though.
I love the first movie, but two
All the
is the one
Predators
that I
are
go back
cheaters.
and watch more often than anything else. So with the
I mean, you know what? And I agree. Two, they're all three of them are so good, but I think it was just the sheer nostalgia of the first film. Because remember, like trailers back then, when we saw trailers for the first time, bro, and remember, we didn't get a chance to see what that motherfucker looked like.
Yeah.
We just saw like different things. And I love the simple fact that trailers back then and how they were shot and how they were done. It was just, bro, the golden age, bro. Will always be the golden age of cinema, bro, and how it was actually done. The soundtracks that we got for it, even though like they were cheesy lines, I think they were still well written. You know what I mean? They were still well written for what we actually got, because, when you're watching it and you see them, pretty much going in as a covert operative type of situation.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I love that bit, man. I
ain't got time to bleed, bro. That was one of the dopest lines. Or I'm gonna have me some fun. That shit is memorable, bro.
Yeah.
No, you bring up some good points, man. And I actually own the one sheet for the original Predator as well, but it's not double sided, so I don't put it in these light frames.
That film brought flashbacks to my dad when he turned around and picked up that minigun and they tore my father to set back. Like, people like, in Vietnam, we tore a fucking jungle up just like that. We watched that scene over and over again.
I remember.
And they used the same minigun in Terminator 2.
Only thing he turned around and said was, I don't give a damn how big he is. He's not holding that motherfucking minigun like that, letting off rounds like that. Because he was like, I had one in Vietnam off of fucking Huey, and the recoil for that bitch ain't no joke. They had to have buffers on the helicopter because the recoil from it, was so great, it was making the helicopter sway. So he's like, that's some bullshit. And then Jesse had an interview that he was on Arsenio Hall's show, and he actually said, yeah, that's phony. That's not real. Dad.
Now T800 holding it like that, yeah, that's real.
T800.
Yeah, if anybody watching the show and wants to go back and get a Predator figure, the one I'll agree with Doc Nader, the one to get is the Wolf heavy weaponry. You're going to pay probably more for him than almost any of the other ones, but he's going to have less issues. He's got one piece of pleather on him, and you can replace that pretty easily, actually. So, he's the best one out of all of them. If you're going to backtrack and get a Predator that's been out, and he holds up really well. It's a phenomenal Predator.
It's, again, like once the Feral Predator, my first Predator will be the Feral Predator. And then I pre-ordered the Samurai Predator because I just love the way it looks, and I have an idea with him and Wolverine. So I was like, yeah, I got to get that one. And if I don't get this, the one they just released, Doc and they just going, I just have like nightmares of looking out my window and seeing him standing outside like the Undertaker, bro. Like
I'll get you in touch with the
you look
Predator
out the
Tina.
window, you hear that boom, boom.
Leo, I'll get you in touch with the Predator Tina if you want to customize yours to a Jungle Hunter. When you get it. I know those people in that circle.
Oh, okay.
But the problem with the new ones is even Feral, they don't have die-cast blades anymore. They were die-cast all the way up until that point.
So now they made them plastic.
Yeah, even the new Jungle Hunter's plastic.
Can you get those like on the aftermarket somewhere or third party?
Maybe. I have somebody who might be able to make die-cast for the Feral, so I'm going to be getting that. You got a classic.
I think you've got somebody for everything.
Yeah, that's the classic. That's what they're basing their new Jungle Hunter off of, which is why it's wrong.
Yeah.
I still need one of those though. I need that in my collection.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro.
Still smell better. Still smell like shit. No, it's a story behind this one because
this shit was somebody sent it to
dude. So I got this one for a deal. I got this one for $250, and this is back when I was
put his booty on your jaw, bro.
Jason, we're whipping him
I got
out.
this joint, And I got it for $250, and I saw the box. The box was like all beat up to shit, but I was like, okay, whatever.
Bro.
It's about the figure. So I get the figure. He's missing one of the mandibles. That was one. That was one thing. Second thing, the box and the figure smelled fucking horrible because it was in a basement flood, and the guy that I bought it from didn't tell me that shit.
Dude, that ain't no fucking joke because
No.
when they did the remediation down here, and the guy in turn told me some of this other stuff you want to get up out of here because after a while, it ain't no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, I had to throw a whole credenza out. As soon as I just pushed it, man, that smell came. So, oh, you got that shit got to go. You got to get up out of here.
Look at that.
This is the converted one.
That's the same figure, and that's the one converted. Damn, that looks good. That looks great, Maz.
He's got the bigger cannon. That
Got the beads in the hair.
It's
beads
literally
in the hair.
this is literally a dick measuring contest.
No. But see, you don't need no Artisan exclusive BS, man. Look at this.
That looks
Not
great.
everybody's got this one. He's
That
got a
looks
bag.
amazing.
He's got his trophies.
That looks good. Damn, that looks good.
And this is a custom mask that's
Go back.
different than Jay's mask. So
See, and then we go back. Hold on. Show your skin,
sorry. Where are we going? What are we looking at?
Damn, that looks so much better.
He's got the battle damage on it and stuff, and the weathering, and also on this mask, the eye slit, like, I can't point. This is thinner than on yours.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm
That
looking
is
at that.
wild.
That looks great.
and these are die cast claws, man.
Yep.
Don't be surprised, Maz, if you wake up with a butt-ass naked face and find out that Tina just rooted me an Old Man Logan using your beard. You be like, yo, that look like my shit.
No, but I threw a lot of money at this guy, man. This guy, you know, I think the customization kits alone set me back another $3 on top of the figure price.
Ooh, Lord.
So yours really is a custom.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work, man. I mean, they gotta sculpt these helmets because they're not made right, you know.
Yeah.
They gotta sculpt all that stuff, paint it, you know.
Yep.
And then the same guy that did this mask, he also did the King Willie head that I used for my Predator 2. He's got a King Willie head
shit.
for him.
Yeah, that'd have been a nice figure if they made him.
No killing.
I can pull him up real quick.
Yep.
Bro, let me give a shout out to while he's looking for that real quick before I forget. Let me give a super duper shout out to Alan Sterling. Bro, he heard me talking about Wonder Woman and stuff like that. And dude literally painted a Linda Carter.
That was the one you posted today.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's sending it to me. So shout out to him, man. His artwork. If you go on his page, look at his art. Bro, he's incredible, bro. He does a lot. He does a lot of DC work.
Shit. No, did I ever show you the one I got of Linda Carter, Reeves, and Adam West?
Nah, I haven't seen that.
I got to show you that, man, because there's an artist
That
that
is
I put from that did all three.
Oh, focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Let me see if I can find it.
Damn, that's dope. With the
So I
King
put it
Willie.
right about where I'm at, maybe. I don't know. Let me see.
Can you put your hand behind it?
Well, his legs are a little soft, so
Damn it. There we go. There we go. Damn.
Wow.
He like
and he made this one bit of dread so he can hold on to it. So.
Into them come calling.
And this is a
That
custom helmet, custom gun, because the gun was way too small and they were Hot Toys. The helmet was way too small. And his net lock.
Ooh, Babylon.
That's dope. That's dope as shit.
Yeah, look at that
That's
shit.
dope.
Look at that.
That's
Again,
See,
like
none of our collections look the same because you have
See,
stuff
no.
like that.
Nope. See, you don't need no artisan, man. You just pay a little extra, get like a cool head to have him hold, that kind of stuff.
You
man.
know, start 3D printing, thrones
Who
and
needs
bases and all that stuff, and yeah.
Shit, Howard, like that's bullshit.
Hey, stop doing them exclusives, Howard. Then maybe you might get more. People might not. You know what I mean? But while you doing that shit, motherfuckers gonna be going somewhere else, buddy.
Yep, that's true. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. This was a great show. Great show. Great show.
I had fun. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, brother. What you got going on, Maz?
Man, I'm just doing my 12 days of Predator because Predator Day comes June 12th.
There you go.
So I've been shooting Predators every day since June 1st, doing 12 days of Predator. And my stories, I got this timer app for the Predator, like countdown thing. So I've been like stealing those symbols and like doing a story each day, like counting it down.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah.
So
that's dope.
People are probably sick of it by now, but whatever. I don't care.
It's cool, bro.
But yeah, I had to do 2 shots today because I work a late night tomorrow and I'm not going to want to shoot tomorrow when I get home. So doing Scar tomorrow. We're going to bring out Scar.
Nice.
And I got, again, my buddy did a custom biomask. So he's got one that's unblooded. So before he puts the logo on the mask. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Because most of the movie, he doesn't have the thing on his mask.
Yeah. Nah, that's awesome. I've been watching your work all week, and it's just always phenomenal work. Just the pictures that you do are just like amazing. I'm like, damn.
Well, every Tuesday, man, we go over toy photography on my show, Toy Photography Talk. We got a great panelist. Trevor's there, Pablo's there. We've had guests on there like Johnny, Sergeant Bananas. We've had Sir Dork. We've had Zord Photography.
Yes.
So we have guests pretty often, and we go over all your work, man. So we try to give you constructive criticism to help you guys find that little extra something there, the extra point of view to get the help that you may be looking for. So
you're friends with Sir Dork?
I mean, we don't like hang out, but yeah, I've had him on the show like 3 times now.
I love his stuff.
He was actually my first guest on my show ever.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
no, I love his photography. Like just watching him like blow things up and take photos. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, he's got his own style. I go for more of a cinematic feel. He goes more of a product, I guess. I don't know how do you say it, but
we got Philly in. Philly be killing.
He does a lot of outdoor stuff, man. He's a cool guy, man. He's very, very, very very positive guy. So it's really
awesome.
Very much so. Very much so. No, I love his stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. We got Philly out here. What's up with your Philly in the building? Yes, definitely love Philly's work as well. But mine's also, man, thank you, bro. Anytime, you know how it is, bro. Anytime you can pop
I just looked at the clock this evening before right before your show. I was like, I'm not working tonight. I should at least say I'm not working tonight.
And I sent out the request, and I was like, I wonder, is he gonna be on? And then I looked, and I saw your message. I was like, okay, bam, there we go.
I was like, shit.
There we go. Shoot, Layel, what you got going on, brother? Now you got the graduation tomorrow.
Yeah, I got the graduation tomorrow. I'm gonna still try to put out. I think I'm gonna still try to do the pre-order show tomorrow. The pre-order release show tomorrow. So I just created a thumbnail for that. So I'll probably put it up a little bit later on.
Awesome.
We
super
got
fun. Those are always super fun.
Yeah, man. It's just kind of fun to see what everybody does, man, and how everybody kind of supports each other. And even those who don't get it, they're very supportive and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun, to see how that pans out. So I'm very excited about that. What else, man? I mean, Figure Flex Friday, of course, we got tomorrow evening. Collectors Lounge on Sunday, of course. Full rotation. A lot to talk about on Monday. We got some things to talk about here as well. Yeah, love it, bro. Love it.
The first
and then, yeah, man, aside from all of that, you could probably find me shake dancing at the Gentlemen's Club. My name is Bobby No Knees. I'm going to be doing that to pay off some of these pre-orders, man. So come in.
Did you say Bobby No Knees? Oh,
yeah, bro. Bobby No Knees, bro. That's my shake dance name at the Gentlemen's Club around here because I need the money to pay off these orders, bro. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't blame you, brother. I don't blame you.
No knees.
Shit, I'm gonna be out here with Tommy and them. They keep going like the power keep going like this with these artisans.
All you gotta do is say no.
Was you hanging with Sammy, sir, and Center, sir?
Stupid.
If you know,
if you know, you know.
Dr. Lady said his name is Stick Leg Steve. Stick Leg Steve, bro. What the hell?
That's crazy. Stick Leg Steve, I'll be damned. Press X. Press X to continue my wallet, my emotions. What you got going on, brother?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be out there working any corners, but I will drop the link. I will drop the link to my OnlyFans in the chat, just so that everyone, you know, can head over there. It's just me sitting in a room, just staring at a wall. But hey, pay me. No, thank you so much for having me on. It's always great talking plastic with all y'all. And I mean, hell, we got some great content. I hate calling it content. We have some great film and television coming our way. Predator, Alien. We got some Ghostbusters on the way. It's Jurassic June. It's Pride Month.
Yeah.
Next month is Jurassic World, Superman, Fantastic Four. It's summer movie season, and I love it. The only thing I don't love is the flipping heat. So, thanks so much for having me. And I believe Sunday will be on Collector's Lounge over with Lael. And then next Cheeks Day, next Wednesday, Say What, where I'm sure we'll be talking about those sick Ghostbusters, because I ain't afraid no ghost. Yes, so, thank you so much for having me. It's been great.
I want to piggyback off of what you said, though, too. And it's for the community, man. We got to basically show our support. It's a must that we show our support.
Absolutely.
In every means, man, Pride Month is coming out. And for those that you know, basically celebrate it, and those are our own in the community, we need to support them, support it strong, because like I said, there's going to be a lot of targets painted on people's backs that don't need to be painted. And we need to show our support, man. Definitely put it out there, man. I know I'm going to be showing my support pretty much all month, you know, for the people that I basically know, that I'm, you know, from family members to friends and stuff like that, man. Show your support, like literally show it. Us in the community to show that we support those of us that are actually out there fighting for their own freedoms and stuff like that as well. Like, we all fighting for freedom, bro. But in that aspect of it, just show your support as much as you can, man, for real.
Totally agree. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's very important. Very important that we do that, especially in these times. Absolutely. Second, brother, you was showing some heat there, brother. Definitely show that. Definitely.
He's still going for that Lola Falana Bank Fund, bro. That's how he be getting that shit.
Wait, hey, I showed you the preview. I showed you the preview what I was
that shit was fucking funny. Motherfucker, bro, when you sent me that light skin joke.
Oh yeah, that shit was funny. Jay, I sent you that one, right?
Oh man, light skin folks be fighting the club. It was pretty.
Oh yeah, that was perfect. Yeah, I seen.
Oh, that was funny, bro. That was hilarious, man. For real.
Yeah, but nothing going on here besides you. Like you said, you see that heat, man. I got so many.
Show him. I want to see him. I want to see the poses.
He was showing the prints.
Well,
man.
I mean, it's an artist.
Nice, bro.
And
beautiful.
Yes,
good Lord. Yes.
Oh my
and
God.
I know the other one, the same artist did one of all three as a collage.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah, bro.
Damn, I wish you had that when you met him, bro. Damn.
Yeah, I forgot, man. I collect so much of this stuff, and this for little macho.
Bro.
I'll put this in his room.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's one of the things I love about going to cons, because I love the different artworks and the different visions that artists have of the characters.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's not something you see inside of a store.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, good thing I keep things in bags, because this was standing right side up in water.
Ooh.
Yep. Damn sure was.
Yeah. So I was blessed. This didn't, get jacked up.
I mean, the plastic bag's still somewhat porous, so you get really lucky. I mean, they're not entirely, they're pretty sealed.
Well,
you still let it somewhere.
if it wasn't going to go through the plastic bag, it'd have been the humidity in here.
Yeah.
The humidity would have got it. So, I got one of my posters, a Magneto that Matthew signed, that's sitting back there, that was underwater, but it didn't ruin the signature. So I'm still going to display it as a survivor of what went on down here.
Yeah.
Instead of display. So, but just getting things together. The paint scheme, I had changed the paint scheme up. I probably may change it a little bit in here, but keep it the same because I wanted to pretty much it's a theater room in here, so
Right.
I'm trying to keep everything pretty much try to keep it pretty much the same so things don't reflect off the screen down here.
Right.
So it's a slow, running the cat cable. Got to run a high speed HDMI cable since those things went down in price. Because I know when it first introduced 2.1 and 2.3, them damn cables were expensive as hell.
Yeah.
So
it's like $30 a cable.
Huh?
It's like $30, $40 a cable.
No, 100 feet cost you $300.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's way too cheap for any length.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
it was $100 feet,
damn.
$300.
Damn.
You know, I was looking at your setup here. You know what your room needs though? It needs a skylight. Can you put in a skylight?
A skylight.
No.
I'm
You're getting furniture. Can you get yourself like an Eames lounge chair? If you don't know what that is, an Eames lounge chair. If you don't know what it is, if you've never sat in one, go buy one.
That'd be for the bedroom. But it has to be dual purpose.
This motherfucker, bro. I swear to God, man. This motherfucker, man. I swear to God. I'm done. It's a wrap.
Hey, but one thing I can say, I'm definitely my father's child. I could definitely say that. But,
yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But I appreciate having me and just trying to get this place back together. It gives me an opportunity. Like I said, I already had plans of redoing things, but it's always funny.
This wasn't so soon.
I tell people, God has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
God has a sense of humor. Like you said, he give it to you. He don't give it to you when you want it, but he give it to you when you need it.
That's right. That is right. Absolutely.
God has secured the complacency, bro.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. What I got going on, what I don't have going on, everything. I'm working on literally everything. 3D animation, audio dramas, stuff for work, music, new YouTube channel. The list goes on. I'm tired of shit. Like I said, we're approaching our 150th show. We'll probably be doing some great giveaways on that show. I am going to be doing the job up until that. We're at 147, so 3 more back to back. But after that 150th, I am going to be taking a break. Not a long break, but I'll be taking a break. I need a Thursday night to myself. Definitely.
What if the shit hits the fan though the following Thursday and like they drop everything?
Then we will be on. It'll be for 151. And Howard will
if Howard Chance just does the what the hell is his name now? Shit, my brain. I'm too old, man. Gary Oldman from The Professional, man. Everyone. And like
he would do that shit too. Soon as because it's been
like,
proven when it's proven when me and
Every
Joey
pre-order.
take a night off, he goes fucking ape shit. Because I think the night me and Joey both took off, and it was a bunch of shit that just came out. We was like, well, goddamn, camera's rolling. So yeah.
Oh, he be watching.
He has.
We be saying some shit, and he be like, you know what, you bastards, I got something for y'all.
when he's gone, I'll be talking again.
If that's the case, Howard, come on the show. Come on, talk to us.
Bring back to us.
Come to us.
Yep.
Commune.
He's like, no, I ain't doing that shit. Just buy the shit.
Room for one more.
He said, just buy the shit. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Shout out to my man Eric right here. Eric, we gotta talk this weekend because I think he's going to be doing his own YouTube channel very soon. So y'all y'all stick around for that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people doing a lot of good things in the community. So definitely, I said it. So Eric, you got to do it now, brother. Put you out there. You got to do it now, bro. Definitely. You guys have a good one. I love you guys. Be excellent to each other. Be nice to each other. It doesn't take nothing to do that. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. I know we say shit. You know what I'm saying? We talk shit at times, but man, it's all about love at the end of the day. So that's what it's got to be.
Right.
Anyway, guys, remember, like, share, subscribe, bang the bell for notification, and make sure you follow and subscribe to all these beautiful young lads here on the panel. Definitely. And we'll be seeing you next week on Best of the Best.
You be good now, you hear?